So let me start. You know, our Let's Wrench things are kind of stuff that you're typically going to encounter when you have an issue with your car. If you have a car long enough, you will always need maintenance. It's just they're mechanical, and even the electric ones I'm sure need maintenance. On a BMW, there's 3 gaskets that are guaranteed to go over time. One is the oil filter housing gasket. So this is your oil filter housing. And where it bolts onto the block, there's a fairly inexpensive little gasket that will typically be the first thing to go, and when it does, it'll start to leak oil down the front of your engine, making a big mess, and you'll probably think, oh, I need an oil pan gasket, but normally it just goes down there and looks like an oil pan gasket. The next one that'll typically go is your valve cover gasket, and you'll know it from a couple things. One, you'll start to smell the oil because it's going to hit the exhaust manifold. That's how Jesus discovered he needed to change his valve cover gasket. The other, of course, is if you're in your car, under your hood rather, you're going to see oil, you know. And it will, again, it doesn't run down as much. Now you can see on his compressor, that's his air conditioning compressor. You see it's got all that oil on it and stuff. So for parts that don't get super hot, it'll stick to it. And then, of course, once it gets sticky, the dust hits it and dirt and stuff. And, you know, it's a BMW. It should always look pristine. So. And then the last one is your oil pan gasket. That will typically go at around 100,000 miles or so. This particular is so nice. You guys have no idea how wonderful this valve cover replacement is going to be. And I say that because normally, from about here over, you can't get to the engine. The engine is a little further back in the engine compartment. And in BMWs, they typically have either, if it's a turbo engine, they may have some plumbing for the turbo back there, like an N55, for example. If you have an E46, they bolt on the filter, your cabin filter, and so you have to unbolt some of this stuff so that you can get to the back of the engine. So if you want to get to the last 2, maybe 3 spark plugs, you got to peel things off to get to it. BMWs, and I don't think they're unique, I call them the onion car because you peel a layer off and another layer and a layer until you get to the actual problem. The problem is normally not hard to fix. It's getting to the problem that takes the time. So, so this is a blessing because I mean because this is a Z4, it's away from the firewall. I mean, normally you can barely get to the bolts over here. I mean, it's like tucked underneath the firewall and stuff like that. So this is really, this is cool. So anyway, that's what we're going to do is take this guy apart. This is very similar to what you do on a regular 6-cylinder, whether it's a naturally aspirated like this one is, or a turbo, a forced induction. I mean, there's just more stuff on the turbos, you know, especially over here, the turbos over here, and you got piping and all kinds of cool things. So this is kind of a nice one to start with. This is like a great beginner, you know.
So what you're saying that you not put a turbo on it?
Well, you don't need a turbo on this. Yes, this is you like that throttle response and everything, you know, because this thing revs up. What's the red line on this? Like what? 70?
85.
85? 85. Wow. Yeah, so don't go that high all the time though. You spin those bearings, and that's something we're not going to talk about. So anyway, do you want to do the work? You want me to do the work? What do you?
Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I'm going to put some gloves on then. So we have here the factory manual, which doesn't actually talk about anything we're going to do. But if you want to look at it, you can. The most important part in doing this is really torquing it down, because anytime you've got a big thing like this, or oil pan or something like that, you want to torque it very carefully and make sure that all the pressure is even, because if you don't torque it down the right way, you probably have another leak in a short period of time.
Is there a sequence to do them?
There is. There is, and I tried to download it, but it's funky. In general, what you'll see is you start in the middle, and you do the top, the bottom, then you go to the front, top, bottom, then the back, top, bottom. So basically, you're going to spread from the middle towards the ends, and that seems to work well. The other thing you got to, contend with is there are some surfaces that mate with each other. So and there's a gap, between them, small gap, but you have to put some RTV on it, some gook, So there's 2 or 4, it'll depend when we take it off, that you have to clean it up and put some RTV on it, and that's it's not hard. It's just you got to do it, So, but other than that, it's a fairly straightforward thing. So let me put some gloves on and we'll get started. And we're also doing spark plugs today, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the first few steps of this are perfectly applicable for if you're just doing spark plugs.
Yeah, because you got to take all this off, a bunch of it anyway. So let's see what we got here. What is that, 10 millimeter? Excuse me. Look at me, I'm vintage. It's not like they, you can wear them out, Okay, so this, I'm gonna guess, just pulls out. It's got a twist, yeah.
Yeah, so you can do it. Yeah.
Oh, I hope this doesn't break.
Or either that or it pushes. I can't tell.
You got to push it, yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, maybe right.
You push it like this way,
Yeah, there's something like that.
and let me get a little pry bar. Hello. Yeah, try this thing. You got it?
Yeah. Okay. But it could be, well, if it takes out, we just take the whole bolt out. That's
Yeah,
fine.
we'll just,
Take the whole bolt out, screw it back in. Hopefully it's coming out.
it's
There
good.
we go.
There it goes.
Yeah.
All right, so. All right. So these are the oxygen sensors for the catalytic converters. So you just kind of get this stuff out of the way carefully.
There you go. Just getting that stuff, yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll just be like, this will be like Nurse Betty or something,
YouTube videos when I was doing everything with their left hands.
If I could mention one little tip,
Yeah, sure.
even this simple, I literally take a picture
Oh, I
of
take a
it
pic-
before
yeah.
I start taking it apart, because so
Yes.
many times I gotta look back and say, now where did that go?
That's an excellent thing. Yes. I do that for fan belts, for these rubber things, because they get kind of funky with different ones. So yeah, that's a great idea. Here's I thought this is just a great idea.
I think that
Yeah.
Okay, so these are your ignition coils for the spark plugs. Underneath this piece, and below there's a spark plug way down in the head. So let me go over here. Well, there usually is a hole here that you can just grab it, but not this one. So you can also leverage it. So like this. This is undoing
Oh, yeah.
the plug.
Seem to push it out as you.
yeah.
There it goes.
There we go. Sometimes you got to yank it, like now.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so let's get that out.
I got this last one here.
There you go. Great. Oh, look at that. And this is actually your Velcro. So that's our goal, to get to this piece off. This is plastic on an
gotta do
M54.
this.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah, we get that.
but this is this plastic?
This is plastic.
No, it sounds like metal. All right, so we're gonna, there we go. Now I would suggest putting these in the same sequence that you take them out. So,
You gonna lay them down just over there like that?
yeah, I'm gonna lay them down over there, or I can put them up over here because they're clean. So I'm gonna put them right over there. Yeah,
There is a gas tax to pay for all that.
yeah, I'm waiting for the actual payback on that, yeah. I guess I'll be waiting a long time. Because they're working on 85 all the time. All right, let's take a look at this. Ooh.
Gasket?
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, rubber.
Oh, look at that little dude. All right. So way, way down there is the spark plug. And normally on a, depends on the engine, but a regular spark plug socket doesn't always work on a BMW. You need a thin wall, a real thin, which you can get on Amazon for 10 or 12 bucks or whatever. But, and of course you need a long extension because they're way down there, you know. And we'll have access to it more when we take this off. So let's take that off. So close. There we go. There we go. Come on.
A little bit. Make sure we don't dump that.
Oh, baby. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Well, okay. You know what? Let me put this. That's not bad at all. Sometimes when these gaskets, they get hard and they get sticky. And so sometimes the valve cover gasket sticks to the block of the valve cover. It's over there. Against the wall. The big green one.
Off my Jeep 4-cylinder a couple months ago, and I ran the liquid moly.
Not too bad. Here,
Doesn't look too bad.
just put it there. No, that's much better than what I expected.
Yeah, I think the gap thing looks actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I literally
A lot of times that thing will be brittle. Some of the gaskets are actually metal with the rubber attached to them.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah, a little bit. See that stuff right there? Yeah, so that leaked a little
yeah,
bit.
so first we clean it off.
Oh, there's some. Look at there. See that? Some of that rubber right there.
Yeah, that's it. That's where it mates. It's usually like the timing chain cover or something. Yeah, that's where it is.
Yeah,
It's one of them.
that's one of them.
That's actually pretty good though. Wow.
Rely on the pan.
Yeah, you don't have to. This is so, and you don't have to drain the oil. But back here, and this is one of the things that we probably will end up using. At the end of the cams, there are two semicircles in the head. And so I'll check, but a lot of times you stick some silicone in there also, the RTV. So these are here where you mate,
Yeah.
and then back there where it's concave. So we're gonna have to clean all that up.
So the gasket doesn't have adequate thickness at that point.
Yeah, and I don't know why. I don't know why they do this.
Little bitty grooves. And right there, that's with the RTV because you don't have any grooves right there. Yeah, versus that.
Yeah.
Very slight.
So I think everyone should take a look at what's back here. You guys just kind of file through. See the semicircles back here. This is where you're going to have to stick some RTV.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Right back there. See there's two of them. So you got to put RTV there, and then up there where they mate. And we'll use some brake cleaner to clean that all up.
The 54 looks a lot like this.
It does. Yeah, the 54 looks a lot like this. It just has one chain, and then there's a chain going to the other cam shaft. And then in the center, instead of having the round around those tubes, it has the tubes, but it's got like 3 duplex gaskets.
Okay.
Plus it's a...
That's what I thought came with mine, and I'm going to change mine to 54.
Oh, there you go.
And it's, yeah, I don't know if they do remember those two.
Yep.
Oh, on the newer end.
And you can see how the spark plugs are way down there. Yeah, those are coming out. Those are coming out.
Hopefully they won't break.
No, this is pretty, actually it's pretty pliable. It makes me think that maybe they did this once before, because
It just started leaking. Yeah.
normally at 100,000, this stuff is like petrified, you know. So maybe the M engines get better gaskets, I don't know. That's part of the,
Doubt it.
yeah, part of the price of admission.
Grade of paper mache.
Better paper mache. Yeah.
So, all of this has to be done if you're changing the spark plugs?
Yeah, well,
Anything, or everything is rubber.
Pardon me?
You don't have to tear it down quite as far, do you?
Oh, no, no. To do the plugs, once we took those out, then you could have done the plugs then.
Yeah.
You don't have to take all
You just
this
gotta take
apart.
that plastic cover off. That's it.
Yeah.
And it does.
So we do. Probably 90% of.
Yeah, you take that front cover off.
Yeah. No, to do the plugs
That
is
makes accessibility to the timing chain.
yeah, it's not that bad to do plugs. Well, on this car. And we were able to do it with this in. I can't believe it.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's only 2 bolts. It's
Only 2 bolts.
not that big a deal.
saying, only 2 bolts.
That's kind of why I usually just take the stuff off. It's like, yeah.
2 more bolts we don't have to do.
Yeah, it's true. You know, if you're getting paid by the hour, it's an important thing. Yeah, or by the job, I should say. I didn't do it. Your fries are ready. All right. I don't know. I have no idea. Hopefully, it wasn't a tornado warning or something.
Yep.
So we will let me clean this.
Or is it automatic? And we do things that.
Yeah, it's not even mine.
I think those black things are built in.
Well, I'm going to get some.
Got some solvent?
Yeah, I got some.
Pretty clean.
Brake clean.
No, they're not.
Well, we'll clean it and see what it goes.
Didn't come off of mine.
Well, and if you have to, and I probably will, I'll take a little emery cloth and just rub that and see how it looks. I like to get a nice,
Yeah.
good mating surface. So surface. Any good stuff in there?
Oh, yeah,
Got some of these. Got some of those. Hopefully, he's got the crush washers. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go down.
Special wrench just for the plugs.
Yeah, you do need. You do need that. All right. Okay, so let me.
I wonder why.
There it is. That's it now. Oh, a hammer fist.
In our oil intake here, for sure.
I just want to see if I can get this stuff off of the engine.
But, Neil, you see those lines are
Yeah.
all the way down through.
Well, let's see. They come right off. So you don't have to sand the crap out of it. It's aluminum.
You have to be careful with that.
Yeah, but
It's aluminum.
do you need a charge? Yeah, don't believe everything you see on the internet.
Battery says red.
Oh, nice.
Chip says green.
I have to charge it.
There's a outlet right there.
What are those holes down there?
Those are, I think that's where the oil goes.
Oil comes up through there?
No, it goes down in it.
Down in there?
Yeah. All right, let's get this. So when you do this, you got to move kind of quick.
I thought,
Yeah. 'Cause you won't be the pliable when you do it. Yeah.
Right, you want to get that thing in there and give it a little squish relatively quickly.
So you grabbing that? Huh?
Those are fun.
Here we go.
Look.
So these, by the way, if you look at this, they narrowed the metal on there so that these go around the metal.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all right.
There we go. So you have to put that corner first, and then the rest.
There we go.
Oh, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, you gotta get it underneath. It's like up by 1/8 of an inch, and the lip fits underneath it.
All right, we can start it up. It looks good down here.
No, we're not starting it up. Okay, where's the little rubber grommets, the new ones? They're there. All right, let's put those in.
You want to look at around the gaskets around it, make sure they're looking good. I want to make sure they're not a kink or something.
That looks good.
That just goes right in, right?
Yep, just goes right in.
did you get some red stuff?
So what?
Did you get some red stuff?
Not yet.
Don't go crazy.
That's all Neil.
Go red. Yeah, it is all on me. Unfortunately. Oh, that's. Can you get a? Yeah, there it is.
17. It's an 8.
With Bertha.
There we go.
Okay, so we've done our first torque settings, so we're good to go. So that piece there goes over here. And bolt that bugger back in. When I was a boy. Oh, that looks pretty good, yeah. That looks good.
Do we want to save it?
Do you want to save it?
I'm not saving it, but
Yeah, it'll be worth money someday.
Like it's, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I wish it had an out. That's the only thing. Wrong. I like more horsepower, but you know, it was Connecticut. You know.
There you go.
There you go. Me too. Yeah,
Bosch.
that's the one
Hell
I
of a
got.
time.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that. Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
But of course, if it's already in there, it's too late. So I wonder if.
5/8 and 16 millimeters.
16. Da-da,
There's one with
da-da,
12
da-da,
point.
da-da. Okay.
Soft extension and 12 inches long.
That's beautiful, man. I'm gonna open the door so the pizza guy comes here.
yourself into this one.